Hello and welcome to Hanamate. This time I am sharing with you a historical site that is in upstate New York. We traveled from Boston to Toronto and we stopped at this great place, or I was impressed. This is the Erie Canal. It was a historical canal that was connecting west and east, so Lake Erie and Hudson River. It was completed actually 200 years ago. It was the first navigable waterway connecting Atlantic and the Great Lakes, which was basically reducing the cost of transportation by, I read somewhere, 95%, which is incredible. Imagine instead of hiking, trekking through Appalachian mountains with mule or horses or whatever they had to do, somebody had the genius idea to create this canal. By the way, this is not the original width or construction. It used to be smaller. This is the other phase when they made it much, much wider. But it's a really nice place to stop by, especially if you're traveling same direction like us, so it's kind of halfway in between. And I was quite impressed with the construction itself and the history as well, and it is a nice place to pop by. Plus, there is actually interpretative trail where you can read about the history. I took pictures of some of the signs, but not all, so I will share a little bit more information that I found online. So the a canal from Hudson River to the Great Lakes was the first proposed in like 1780s. However, formal survey was not conducted until 1808. The New York State Legislature authorized construction in 1817. Political opponents of the canal, there were definitely a few guys that didn't like the idea. However, eventually there was a huge success and in making it and then opening it in October 26, 1825. There was a toll revenue that somewhat helped with the construction debt. It was a great connection that gave basically New York City a strong advantage over other ports in the United States, right? Because it connected Atlantic with all of the lakes. By the way, the whole construction was a huge landmark of civil engineering achievement in the early history of the United States. When it was finished, it was over 363 miles, so it was the second longest in the world after Grand Canal in China. Initially, it was 40 feet wide and only 4 feet deep. However, over time it expanded, especially in 1905 and 1918 when they were using large barge, so it was barge canal, and it was they kind of abandoned the original route, but they built bigger canal, right? So then the modern barge canal measured 351 miles and was 120 feet wide and 12 feet deep. It had altogether 34 locks, so this is just one of them. I didn't catch the gate opening completely, but it's pretty cool to see, right? The Erie's peak year was 1855 when 33,000 commercial shipments took place. It continued to be competitive with railroads until about 1902 when tolls were abolished. Commercial traffic declined heavily in the later half of the 20th century to competition from trucking and the 1959 opening of the larger St. Lawrence Seaway, the canal's last regularly scheduled hauler. The day Pecking Paw ended service in 1994. Today, the Erie Canal is mainly used by recreational watercrafts. It connects the three other canals, New York State Canal, the Lake Champlain, Oswego, and Cayuga. Some long-distance boaters take the area as part of the Great Loop. The canal has also become a tourist attraction in its own right. Several parks and museums are dedicated to its history. New York State Canalway Trails is a popular cycling path that follows the canal often. In 2000, Congress designated the Erie Canalway National Heritage Corridor to protect and promote the system. So I hope you kind of enjoyed this. It's just a little bit of history that I am sharing. If you want to read these signs, just use the pause button. But I hope that you have a chance to travel a little bit. I think this was pretty incredible. I had very limited knowledge of basic transportation back 200 years ago. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching Hannah Made.